So there isn't a whole lot that needs to be said about the Sonic Frontiers combat gameplay trailer, except that it's a lot better than the first trailer that we saw, in my opinion. Not to be nitpicky or anything, but I even thought the beginning of this trailer was even better than the last one, considering that we get to see Sonic's idle animations in full form. I'm not sure if this is every single idle animation he has, but we get to see at least 2 of them here, instead of the little CGI cinematic that we saw in previous teasers that was shown at the intro of the last gameplay trailer that we saw a couple days ago, regarding just the regular running around gameplay. And it was even noted that through this little idle animation that we see at the beginning of this combat gameplay trailer, that the model for Sonic may have been changed and this could be an older build that we're seeing throughout the gameplay. I'm not totally sure how accurate this is, but the model does look a bit different in terms of the quills being a bit longer here than what we've seen before. But I think that's all I really need to say about the actual beginning of this trailer. Let's get into the combat and then go from there. So to me, this whole trailer kind of felt like a longer version of that teaser that we saw before, which I actually think is a good thing. This is what I really did want to see, and I think this is also good to see an up-close look at what the enemies can do, and also what they look like in this game. And now we can clearly see that these are not Eggman robots, as if we couldn't tell earlier before just by looking at them in the distance. Although I probably shouldn't say the word clearly because we're not totally sure if these are Eggman robots. I mean, this first robot that we see here does look like it's something out of the Sonic movie with the original Eggman robot droids that we saw at the beginning of that movie and also throughout Sonic Movie 2 as well. But I just don't see this happening here. These are probably robots from this world that probably belong to someone or something else, and I don't think they're Eggman created is basically what I'm trying to say. That in mind, I really did enjoy watching this Sonic Combat trailer, because this was a nice break from just the traditional homing attack or spin dash or whatever we normally see from Sonic. These moves kind of feel like they're taking a bit of a backseat to what Sonic is now offering here with a punch and kick and all sorts of new moves that I really can't identify. Like there's this really cool projectile kick, which actually might be my favorite move in the entire game just by looking at it, that I think is really unique for this character and still finds a way to work. Not to mention, I feel like Sonic as a character feels a lot more wind-oriented, sort of like back to the way he used to be in games like Sonic and the Black Knight, where they called him the Knight of the Wind, and when he had all sorts of wind moves before in previous games. Like, I feel like that was kind of an aspect of this character that was kind of abandoned for a while. I mean, Sonic, of course, still was known to use those, like, Sonic Wind or anything like that in the comics or something like that, but not really as much in the games. We just kind of see him boosting or homing attacking and all that other stuff. And to see him kind of spin in the air, even though the animation is a bit clunky in all fairness, it's nice to see that the wind is kind of carrying him up and he's using that as sort of an attack against an enemy. Another pretty satisfying thing I saw from this combat gameplay trailer is the fact that when Sonic destroys an enemy, these little blue shards come out and Sonic is able to collect them, and I really hope these are XP points. I would love to be able to have some sort of skill tree where you can level up Sonic and make him stronger, and that way the fights can become a lot more easier or more fun just by doing and pulling off different combos throughout the game. A couple other things that I noticed just from watching Sonic fight these enemies is the fact that he has 2, I guess, defensive maneuvering tactics. One that kind of puts him in like a pose where he's ready to fight. I'm not sure if this is like a defensive thing or just supposed to be like a visually pleasing type thing, but it's a different kind of standing animation or stance rather than just his regular standing pose that we see in the first trailer numerous times. And the other thing was that he can dodge out of the way for certain enemy attacks and just dodge in general, which is actually pretty nice to see here. And just judging by the looks of it, I feel like it may operate the same way as the sidestep does in this game, which we saw in the previous gameplay trailer when they were trying to avoid the enemy on the bridge. Speaking of similarities between this trailer and the last one is the whole usage of the cyberspace boost type thing that's going on here with Sonic. Now, in the first trailer of the gameplay department that we saw with this move being done, it was trying to complete a puzzle and put out a fire, I believe. But in this trailer, it's used to kind of help defeat an enemy. And I feel like this is actually really cool because it can be used in multiple ways. In the end, it kind of begs the question if the other forms of combat can be used in other ways than just fighting. Either way, the point is that Sonic the Hedgehog has a very diverse moveset in this game, and that's what I really like about this so far. That's probably my favorite thing about this entire gameplay trailer, just seeing that Sonic is able to do more things than just one. And it's really nice to see because Sonic is a well-rounded character. He's always been a strong character. And to see him perform only 1 or 2 moves in the past couple of years is not really a good reflection of just how strong this character can be. Sonic Frontiers showcasing the several different moves that Sonic can perform is a really good idea, and I'm glad they were able to fulfill exactly that need. And speaking of which, Sonic performing these different moves also leaves room for enemies to have different ways to be defeated, which I'm very excited for. The robots shown in this trailer are a lot different than anything we've seen before in any Sonic game for that matter. And I think for that reason, they're all kind of different from what we're accustomed to fighting. Of the 3 types that we saw, they all fight in different ways, which I actually really like. The one thing that could be really annoying when it comes to the combat feature is that it could get really repetitive, and I feel like having a variety of different robots and a different moveset for Sonic, where Sonic can use a variety of different moves, kind of decreases the chances of this getting really bland. Now, I'm not saying the combat system won't get boring, nor am I saying that this is the best thing I've ever seen. However, I am going to say that I think this is a good step in the right direction. Now's probably a good time to talk about the boss that we see towards the end of this gameplay trailer, and one thing that I really want to talk about here is that there's multiple ways to beat this thing, and it seems like you're rewarded for trying a different way that may not be the first one you think about. And this is kind of the most confusing part for me, because it comes down to the question that I've always been wondering since we got that first gameplay trailer after I saw it, and it's just the sheer fact that I don't know why this is the first thing being shown. I don't know why we're getting these kinds of gameplay trailers. I know it's what we asked for, but at the same time, we don't understand what's happening here. And I think that's the most confusing part of the entire thing here. You see, I've always wanted to see Sonic Frontiers gameplay from the moment I saw that first teaser. That in mind though, I think we are at a point where the pieces of the puzzle should be connecting. We should be understanding what Sonic Frontiers is about, and pretty much how this game is going to be. And I think with this, we're left with more questions than answers, as I talked about in my previous video. I feel like an overview trailer should have probably be shown before we get gameplay videos like this, because then we'd be able to understand what's happening and be able to avoid pointless and needless speculation. Now, that's not to say speculation is a bad thing, because I think it has its place, but at this current point in time where we finally have the gameplay we so desperately wanted, I feel like we're still being kept in the dark of what this game is going to be about and what it's going to be like. You see, we're getting certain elements here and there, but if you look closely at the gameplay footage here, it's being spliced in a meticulous way where we can't really see what's going to happen afterwards. And I can't even give them the benefit of the doubt in believing that they're not trying to hide information from us, because even just by looking at the gameplay footage, the one thing that you can easily notice is missing is the heads-up display. The game's user interface is just not present in either the first gameplay trailer nor the second. And I know they're probably trying to hide spoiler information, but at that point, if the HUD itself is a spoiler, then I think the best thing to do is release an overview trailer that would come before this gameplay. That way you can show the gameplay at maximum potential without trying to hide any extra information that could have been important to know while watching the trailer. Again, I am thankful to have finally witnessed Sonic Frontiers gameplay, and I do think that the combat trailer is a lot better than the first trailer. That in mind though, I still am very confused. Nonetheless, that is what I liked about the Sonic Frontiers combat trailer. I now want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this trailer? Did you like it better or worse than the first one? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on all of the trailer. I want to see what you guys have to say. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video if you enjoyed it and want to see more content from me in the future. I would really appreciate it. And also, turn on the post notifications bell, that way you never miss a video from me. Anyway, with that being said, I think now's a great time to shout out to my legendary channel members. Thank you all so very much for supporting me and my channel and creating the best possible content that I can create. Videos like these would not be possible without you guys. Y'all are truly the best, and I praise the Lord every single day for y'all. Thank you all so very much. If you're interested in becoming a member of my channel, there'll be a link in the description down below. But if you want to support me through other means, I have a merch store, and you guys can check out all sorts of Sonicsta swag, like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, you name it, we got it. And the link will be down in the description for that as well. Thank you all again so much for watching. This is Sonicsta signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all.
Why are you playing that trash?